himself. I can prove it.
Hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Good evening. We have a later stream than I usually like to start, but today is Tune Preset Day, where you can submit your presets and the free stuff, and what I do is I take it, I give you a review on it, and I see if there's anything else that I can do to it to make it cooler. It's not necessarily for a means of flexing sound design, but just as a means of taking one of your ideas and showing you how you can either expand on it or look at things in a different perspective. So if you guys want to submit, then you can go into the Discord and go into free stuff and post whatever preset that you have. Most of the time I do either Serum or Faceplant, but I also have other things, so in case if you want to inquire. I don't have pigments. I'm glad that you asked, because I don't use pigments. Sorry, no pigments. We did spend a day messing with that synth, or messing with the demo of it, but it wasn't, I think the consensus was it wasn't for me. I didn't really find that it had any useful or unique features that would have been useful for me. So did a nice neuro generator for it recently. Cool. Yeah, I would have loved to take a look at it, but that's just one that I don't own. As of now, I guess maybe I should also title this video, or this stream, Free Preset Day. But yeah, as of now, nobody has any submissions, so if somebody has something that they want to look at, then... And I think what I'll do is maybe we can listen to some music while we wait for people to come in, and if nobody submits, then I'll take Bitwig or Ableton projects from channel members. How's everyone doing today? What are you guys up to? What's going on in your lives? Alright, I'm gonna get started. Maybe I'll just do some sound design while I wait for some people to submit. I'm gonna leave the music on, just ever so quietly. And, I guess I'll just wait for some submissions. Let's go. I think I want to start with the pad today, or kind of like a, how do I say? Does that work? Hold on. Okay, just making sure that my sound isn't all janky today. Hey, Augies, what's going on? Hey, Wiggles, what's good? Hey, what up, Jack? Nothing much at the moment. Cool, me neither. I guess today is kind of a slow day, so I'm just kind of waiting for some people to submit some stuff. So I'm just messing around until something happens. Tape stop. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Transgate. Morning, Juicebox. The way that this works, welcome Tasteless, but the way that this works is you upload a preset to Free Stuff, and then I review it and see if there's something that I can do to either make it better or to make a variation of it, and then I submit it back to the Discord. Hello, Codex. Okay, I'd like this to kind of wash out in some ways, but I don't really, it's not really doing what I want it to. And I'll go back to here for a second. And maybe what I'll do instead is try to use more pitch shifters to make this I'll take this one and also do the same thing here. There's something in particular that I'm looking for, and it's not quite distortion at this point. I just came to observe and be transmogrified. I tried Warframe and got bored in an hour. Yeah, it's one of those games that, like, it takes a long time to get into, like, to get to a certain point that doesn't feel boring, but like the forced intro that you have to do is really annoying. Okay, probably just go back to this one and then use this. Kind of like so. Let's see if that changes what I'm looking for. I would say that I spend more time doing sound design than anything, to be honest. The new open world quest bites. Yeah, it can. It can. I hear you. I hear you. The game definitely isn't for everybody. But yeah, I spend most of my time doing sound design. I do more sound design than production, definitely by a far stretch. Okay, I kind of want to see what happens if I turn all of these to triangles as well. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just leave that there. Then I played Doom Eternal. Okay, now things are making more sense. No wonder you got bored. Robot squid. Okay, I think what I'm going to do as well is add another one of these and pitch this down. Okay, so now let's map all of these to a macro. There is a disperser on there already. It's on the top end. And then we're going to grab one of these and kind of just do maybe that and see what happens. Just made this play a long note around C4, C5, mess with the macros. Okay, I'll do it when I'm done with this patch first. You see it now? It's over here. I don't think that you would see it. It's right there. Okay, maybe let's try a flanger in the midst of this. Good shout out, not gonna lie, it was a bit... okay, that's not. That's something else. Okay, this is starting to sound a lot cooler. Now maybe what I can do is actually turn this into something that's usable. I'll have to find other places to place the ensemble, but if I turn the ensembles off, then that might help with making the low end a bit easier to use, or a bit more manageable. Sorry, Frizz, almost done. Okay, so there's this one up here that I think is not doing us any favors. Because I don't really like the woo. I kind of want that to stay somewhat low. Cool. That sounds evil enough for me. Alright, let's call this, Trisad generator. Alright. Let's see what Frizz posted. This is a serum preset, I'm guessing. Hold on, serum, yes, okay. And throwing this... Dude, what the god damn it. So annoying. Go here. Go to user. Thank you. I'm like trying to get the patch to scroll. So that way like I can drag it to the correct folder and then it keeps on going to a different folder. That's YouTube. That's not me, it's YouTube. Sick wubber. There we go. Alright, he says play C4. C3-4. So are you wanting this to be a bass? Okay, let me turn all of these off for a sec. Oh, you said one of the waveforms didn't load, and you had kind of a bass. Okay. Is this a custom waveform that doesn't? I don't know. I think I have the most recent. You gotta mess with the macros. Okay. Oi, 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 oi. Okay. So most of the time, okay, so let's talk about this. So most of the time, whenever you FM something, you usually want to FM something that's a higher octave. And the reason why is because if you don't, then it'll kind of mess with the initial pitch of this. So let's take a listen to what this was going to do instead. Or even here. Okay. Doesn't sound as cool as it did for me for some reason. Well, you might be missing a wavetable, so. Let's put that on trigger. And then I think that I also want to pull off this resonance right here, because something is happening towards the end of the sound that is making it a little bit too crunchy. And I would imagine it might actually be you're pushing the FM a little bit too hard right here. Okay, also with the sine shaper, the more that you push it up here, the more that it's going to turn into noise. So maybe what we can do to try to help that, let's go this way a bit and set this kind of up here. Okay, maybe not. Let's go back up, and then let's pull this here. Okay, that's kind of cool. Still crunchy though. Yeah, so I think like the idea here is pretty cool, but the problem is that like once you get to those, I'm working in headphones. Once you get to those higher, to the upper mids of this LFO, then it becomes like you kind of lose a lot because it just becomes like super noise, right? So so I'm trying to figure out how we can not get that so much. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me. Okay, what's on here? I have some presets I can share, but I myself don't remember what tables that I used. Yeah, if you want to submit one, you're more than welcome to. Let's try this just a little bit too and see what happens. And then let's also do this where we start from here and we pull this up. There you go. So now you've got a little bit more of a consistent sub on that. I can send you privately all the wavetables that I have as well as the presets. It's okay. So the idea behind this is that if you want to submit something, like I ask that you post it for free, because it's part of the community thing. So you submit one of your presets for free, and then I'll take it and do something to it, and then I'll post the revised version on free stuff as well. So it's kind of just like the nature of like giving to the community, yeah, if that makes sense. Try messing with the semitones. Okay, let's grab that. Just a little bit. Okay, we're gonna grab a phaser on this too. And we're gonna turn the rate off and then grab the frequency just a little bit. Would you mind sending that preset and free stuff again after you're done with the changes? Yeah, that's part of the plan. Yeah, leave it. The wavetables are itself 5 GB. Yeah, it's okay. I honestly don't have 5 GB to spare on my computer. Okay, what else is causing this crazy noise? It's probably the reverb filter, to be honest. Like, I know that this is like everyone's favorite thing on Serum, but it's honestly like one of my least favorites. Because I guarantee... Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off of this as this comes down. Okay, now let's do some compression. And then let me see what happens if we change this into a tube. Okay, so you do lose... Oh, that's cool. They added tape saturation. Okay, I would like to see if we can do another filter on this too. Yeah, that sounds cool. So let's see if we can maybe make that go. Let's try a band notch. Wait, what? Parallel reverb filter? That's kind of what we're making this into. Okay, now let's see. That's why I uploaded also with the new modulation inside. The LFO is nice too. Yeah, I haven't actually messed with the LFOing between the points, so you might have to redirect me with some of that stuff. But yeah. Hey, Wiggles. Okay, I'm gonna make this do some cool stuff for a sec. Because you're doing something with... Oh, okay. It's already kind of there, but it's not quite as prominent as I would like it to be. Yeah, kinda. Let's set this to maybe here. Okay, and now let's see if we can find a sweet spot on this to make this sound a little deeper. The thing that sucks about Serum is that there's no undo, so if you mess up, like, or if you go to something that you don't like anymore, then you kind of have to figure out what you did. Try the note tracking on the... I used LFO point modulation, created some happy accidents. Wait. On the filter? But way more unhappy accidents? That's funny. Okay. Let's throw in maybe up here we'll do our typical thing that nobody ever does. Then we'll also go here. Yeah, so it's kind of cool that you get that movement from B, but there's nothing else that can really replicate that with a single LFO. So like it's kind of hard to manage in that way. Let me see, what else do I want to do to this? That actually sounds pretty cool. Let's give it just a little bit of space, maybe. And then maybe let's think of some, or let's try to come up with some cool shape for this. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty cool. Maybe we can give this a little bit of... Okay, yeah, that might be kind of sick too. Only discovered yesterday that the noise oscillator now also has the direct out feature. Yeah, I think that was a couple updates ago, wasn't it? So now let's see what happens if we pull this mix back up. Okay, and then what happens if I come down here and pull the mix down a little bit too? Okay, yeah, that's good. So this cleaned up the sound quite a bit. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that we can kind of interpret this into, yeah, but let's take a look at the original again. So we turn that into... Possible I hadn't updated till recently. The LFO point mod was the thing that made me stop being lazy. So what do you guys think? You like this one, or you want me to keep working on it? What does this sound like without the compressor? Oh. Like it? Alright, cool. So we'll save this as Alckemy edit. And let's go back into here. And let's upload it. Yay, free presets. Okay, dope. All right, Juicebox, you're up next. This is Talkie Sub, and then most of these are Ginger. Upload one for me. Pick one and throw it up, because I don't want to have to find one. What kind of music do I hear in the background? That's my music in the back. That's just kind of something to keep the dead air going. Alright, let's go here, let's go here, kilohertz. Pew pew, motherfucker. Wait, what was that patch called? I have like horrible short-term memory, like excellent long-term memory. Talkie Sub, right. I might have to upload a new, yeah, I think I have to upload a new patch. Okay, I think the sub needs work, but other than that, you think it's okay? I'll be the judge of that. Okay, let's take a look at what this is. I don't think that it's out of key. I think that it's just pitch drifting. Because of this shift right here. Is there a speed on this? Why is it so fast? Wait, where'd it go? Okay. Let me see where your sub is. FM, FM, FM. That's the FM group. I think it's the mod wheel. Nope. But I mean, this at like 3 a.m. Okay. Also, okay. That has all the sub in it. It seems like that has most of the work in it. Oh, okay, I see. And you're also, oh, you're okay. You are lane splitting. Okay, so you got a parallel processing thing that's going on right here, and then you did move this out of key because you moved this to here, which I think the reason why you did that was because you had so much detuning on this, I imagine. But yeah, so this is out of key because of that. but how come... Okay, so how come this is... Why is this one affecting this one? That should be... Oh, it's just so low that... That might help. There we go. Okay, let's try this instead. So, to be honest, like, let's not do that. What I would do instead is just have this here. And I'm guessing that, yeah, what you did was you had the same amount of detuning to match the LFO. Okay, that makes sense why you did that. Sorry, I'm backtracking of like why this makes, or what you're doing to make this make sense. Okay, let's go here. I tend to overcomplicate my subs. Don't do that. Don't overcomplicate things. Alright, let's grab this and let's grab a little bit of distortion. Okay, so something to be aware of is that whenever you use this, it's actually going to fuck up your sub. So if you're going to do, instead of doing pitch shifting, what I would recommend instead is maybe looking at a frequency shifter at a really fine, on a really fine level, or just outright pitching it here, because that's going to mess that up. Okay. So now let's turn this one back on. And let me figure out what unholiness you're doing here. Whoa. Okay, and also what you can do is instead of turning the harmonic, like you can do this instead. Sorry, that wanted to be over here. So what is this doing? Okay, so we've at least got a consistent sound now with the speed, but what were you using to control the speed of that? Because now it sounds like something completely different. And why would you have sub control on this? Like, at what point would you not want to have the sub in that? That's not me criticizing, that's actually me. These are legit questions, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what you were going for here. also trying to figure out what all of these are meant to be done for. I think everything was working off the sub originally. Oh, so it was working off of this. So let me see what happens if we... maybe not this one. But that wasn't really changing a whole lot even after changing the pitch of that. Okay, so what we can do here though, if you want to change this to become faster, because is this what's controlling, wait, where mod wheel is controlling the speed? So you're pulling the speed down, is what it seems like, instead of making it go faster. So let's see what happens if we start it there and then pull this up a bit. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. So now what we can do is we can take the detuning of this and maybe pull that up a little bit and see if we can make this match up. All the FM was going into that, then going into the level. Okay, well now what I've done is I made this sync up. There we go. Okay. So I'm actually going to move this to filter 2. Or sorry, to lane 2 instead. And then over here, this could definitely use some compression because if you squash all these signals together, then it's going to way better with the sync sub. And then also with, I might even go back and change this to, because there's this cycle that's happening with that, and it makes it sound off. See how that kind of there's a lapse in that? So that's something to be mindful of. And that comes from this. So maybe not. Okay, let's see if maybe we can mess with this one a bit. Ah, that might be the culprit right there. Okay, let's see what happens if we set this to an actual sync like this. Okay, those don't match up the way that I intended. So what we'll have to do is we got to figure out how to sync this with the actual speed of the sub. But you see how it slows down right there? That's part of the problem. And that's why I don't recommend doing like a separate resub with different movement like this, because it's not going to sound the same. And that's going to be the biggest issue that we're running into on that. Even if you have something right here, right, that is dictating this, like yeah. Okay, so let me actually try to just go back into a sine with both of these and let's see what that sounds like. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll move it back, but... Okay, I think that works out a lot better. So now we'll just sync these up together with each other. Okay, now that's together, so... Yeah, it's like your nagging girlfriend. What does this actually sound like if you turn this off? So something else that might be helpful as well is you have this set to bipolar. So if you set this on unipolar... Never mind. I was hoping that would... Faster. Okay. So the problem that I'm listening for right here is that the first instance of this is synced up, but then there's a double cycle. So this is almost like twice as long as that. So we need to figure out a way to not do that. See how it's doing that? So maybe this is quite an interesting predicament that you found yourself in. Dude, get away from my coffee. Okay, let's try this. It sounds like my ex, whenever she called, I thought I was speaking to myself. There's nothing wrong with ladies with a deep voice. And it's really interesting too that these seem almost independent of the actual speed of what is... Like, what is this? Like, what is this dictating? Hold on, let me respond to Wolg. Yeah, it was 3 a.m. You know, one of those can't sleep nights. So now you're gonna make me think about how to fix this at 3 a.m. Okay, so can I, like... Okay, you have no stars on this, and this is only dictating... You do realize that this filter isn't doing anything, right? Her voice wasn't an issue. The issue was that she had a voice. Oh my god, stop. Stop. Alright, so I'm going to turn these off, and let's sync these up to a single cycle, because this is going to drive me crazy otherwise. Okay. Ah, it's still off. Oh my god. All right. There we go. So now we'll pull this up a little bit. And let's see what that does. Okay, that's obviously too far. So we'll just pull this back a little bit. Hiya, 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 hiya. All right, it's synced. We did it. Ah, this is why you math, everyone. This is why you math. Oh, god damn it. Okay. We did it, boys. GG. Alright, unfortunately you lost this. But now at least it's in sync, and you can move the mod wheel with the speed together. I honestly could have remade this in about 1/10 of the time, but yeah. So now that that's there, let's maybe see if we can make the ayah a little bit cooler, because that is, oh my god, yeah. So let's take the slice EQ. And let's see if we can make this a little cooler. And I guess we can just use the same LFO, because that's what we're already doing. Okay. You're not giving me much to work with here, but that's okay. Actually, that's fine. Let's grab a multi-pass. And we'll just grab a phaser. Now I can finally make my karate dub music. Yeah, as long as you're not sampling Bruce Lee, I don't care. Okay, so instead of trying to make this work with this and get this in phase and shit, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to just set this macro here, and then that way we can use the same LFO to just ever so slightly modulate that there. Okay, now we just need to make it loud. So it's already louder than it was from before, but I think by the nature of this patch, from getting this to work, I'm kind of fixated on that now, for better or for worse. But now, at least, stereo? Mm-hmm. There you go. So let's take a look at what this initially was. Yeah, you gotta give me next time give me a warning when you're gonna do some wonky stuff like this. I see now. Okay, this makes a lot more sense to me now. Well, what's actually happening within the sound. Okay, alright. Alright, fine. So now that we have that, we can grab this. I would have, instead of placing that on shift, I would have thrown this on phase. Okay, so now within that you can still kind of move around all that stuff or whatever, but the problem again that you're going to run into is because, let me actually see if I can line these up together. Yeah, okay, there you go. So now we've reintroduced this, and now it's getting a little bit more of that variation that you had in between that. And I guess that was kind of the most confusing thing to do, was to figure out how to make this line up with that. But whenever you do shift here, whenever you do FM to the shift, it's going to change. It's going to change the well, I guess it's going to shift the phase, right? Because that's kind of, oh shit, it's a different kind of FM. But it will shift the frequency, I guess. And if you shift the frequency, then generally what will end up happening is you'll end up changing the pitch or the frequency rate, right? Because that's kind of a hard thing to explain. Like you have pitch, but you also have frequency rate, and the faster the frequency rate, the more high pitch something seems to be, which is really cool that we have the ability to do that on Faceplant, but it's something to be mindful of. And the other thing too is that with pitch, if you have detuning on pitch, then as you play higher notes, it's going to go faster. Whereas if you have detuning on hertz, or I guess like unperfect ratios, I might want to say instead, no matter what pitch you play, it's going to be the same speed. So it might have been better to try that on phase, or not, or you could have just left it there. But that's probably what I would have done, is just set this to detune here, and then instead of doing shift, maybe messing with the phase. So now you have all that to play with as well. Cool. Let's move on. Talkie sub. Alckemy. Edit. I usually don't do phase as much because then it gets too noisy. Yeah, I hear you. That's definitely something that you can be concerned about. But it's all about taste, right? If you do it just to a small amount, then I think that you can get away with it. I think right here, like, it's just barely 10%, and that did make it sound a lot thicker. It might not have been what you were going for too, though, right? So that's just kind of my take on it as well, like something to be mindful of, because it might not be what I might have completely just made this patch into something that you were trying to steer away from entirely, but yeah, that's kind of part of it, right? It's like that was just my interpretation of how I would maybe change it. But let's grab that patch. Okay. Get it, Soup. Soup's doing track review if you guys want to submit your tunes. Although, if you came here to get your tunes submitted, I would yell at you. I wouldn't yell, but it'd be like, why am I doing this? So... Wavetables for preset? Okay. Kilohertz. There we go. Who's Alckemy? So, is there someone named Alckemy in our... Or did I mistype that? Ah, shit. Good call. Alckemy... You guys would know who it was anyways. There's a new guy. His name is Alckemy. He's kind of like Alckemy, but also like budget AU5. Okay, there's that one. That one was cool. Let's grab Serum. Oh wait, I gotta download these first. Download. Mess with macros. You guys and your macros. I hate macros. You guys and your macros. Okay, I'm gonna go to wavetables first. And I think that I'm going to new folder. viewer tables. Macros are for chatter. Quite possibly. And FPS. Huh? Huh? Okay, there we go. Let's go to presets, and then let's also start to... I probably won't go back and find all of the presets that I made for you all, but at least for now, this will help me stay a little bit more organized. What the fuck? Shit. Undo. Okay. Now we go over here. Great. Do these tables look correct? I think they do. That looks cool. I like the 3D view of Serum. I always enjoy that. Did I? Shit, I might have already messed it up. Okay. This one's pretty cool, to be honest. Yep. Oi, ears. Good lord. Yeah, all of these tunes in the background are mine. Okay, what is making that shriek? Okay, we gotta work on this, because that's gonna make your listeners go deaf. Oh, even this still. So the patch sounds really cool, but that shrieking noise that you have is deafening. But the patch is really cool. That would be cool if you can... You can't LFO a macro, can you? It might be this. Okay, yeah. So your duocorn that you have right here is creating this crazy peakies. Oh god. I made it so long ago, I don't even remember the process of making it. That's okay. I'm I'm just looking for what it is that's making that high pitched sound. But I mean, other than that, dude, like I don't really have a lot for this, to be honest. Like this is a really cool patch. Yeah, this is really cool. I don't know if I would have these boosts right here up in this high region because that can get kind of dangerous, but that sounds super cool. There's that little like snare donk that you have from that is actually really interesting. Honestly, dude, I don't think I would change. I guess even the OTT accentuates the initial click. Yeah. The only thing that I would maybe change on this is really just trying to make this a little bit less shrieky from some of the stuff that you have on here. But other than that, like this is, I don't know if I could have made a better patch, to be honest. Extra macros would be a nice thing. Yeah. What is this form changing right here? Let me see. Table A warp? Oh no, LFO or macro 2. Effects filter frequency. Is there anything else on macro 2? Okay, so the effects filter frequency is the comb. Honestly, I would... Yeah, so this is dangerous right here. This is where your shrieky peakies are coming from. So let me see what would happen if you. I think like maybe the only thing that would be cooler is like just changing maybe some of the time on here. And I think kind of like what Greedo was saying, if you had some extra macros to do that, because I think this would be really cool if like if this had an initial envelope and then went into a triplet. So, but you can do that, right? Like you can. How do you modulate the points on here? Because that would be really cool for this to go don't, and I guess you can do that like just by making 2 instances of that, but if you can do that in one as a patch, yeah, that would be super cool. So you do that on the Matrix? Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. So you'd go to LFO 3. You would send that to LFO1. Just right click on the point and you can route X and Y. Ugh. Okay. Okay, I might have done this wrong, but that's fine. Let me see what this actually... Oh, that's what this does. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Never mind. That is kind of cool, though. I thought... Okay, so what I thought this was going to do was, instead of moving this back and forth like that, I thought this was going to modulate the time... I thought this was going to modulate the time of that. Yeah, you can still do that, but I just have to think about it for a second. That's not as cool. That's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll grab an envelope. And then we can go here. Yep, okay, I got it. So we'll go here, like this. And then we'll go here. And then we'll go to envelope. So now we just need to figure out how to... we'll grab LFO3 on the matrix. And send this to the rate of LFO1. And we'll just kind of have to eyeball it from there. You can go left or right and up and down. X1 and Y1 the other. Yeah, I get that you can move these around, but I thought that you can modulate like the speed of one point to the other as opposed to the LFO like doing different shapes, if that makes sense. Okay, so now we need to set this here. Oh, we might need to set this to be slower and end up there. I wish that like I could see what this is doing. That's kind of cool. That, yeah, that's almost what I'm looking for. That's the one. There we go. I mean, you can even try setting a loopback point to the first on the first LFO. I think honestly, this is what I was looking for. That's fucking awesome. think other than that, there's not really a whole lot else that I would do. This surely sounds better than what it was before. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really do a whole lot other than kind of some light tweaking of some of the parameters on here. But even when you first submitted it, it still sounded really good. This was the big thing, in my opinion, of having it start as one thing and then change it to the other. So like this is really cool to do because like if you wanted to go from one speed to the other, then you have this go for the duration of whatever. And once that finishes, or once that cycle finishes here, then it will just jump up to the next speed. So this is good because like if you wanted to have a downbeat bass that sounded really good, and then you wanted it to kind of like go into something rhythmic, this would be an excellent way to kind of approach that. Yeah, that sounds so much cooler. Well, just this movement piece right here. So yeah, let's save that. That was fucking awesome, dude. I'm glad that you sent that in. This is really cool. Oh no, are we already out of submissions? Guess so. So this is over here. Oh shit, I must have saved that to user. Yeah, man, that was super cool. I think that, like, to be honest, the this preset, like I said, was already it already sounded great, other than the shrieky stuff. But it would definitely be worth going back to maybe do your own tweaking and stuff to take a look at and be like, all right, well, maybe you can make more patches like that in the future, because I think you definitely have something going there. And maybe just try to be mindful about what you're doing on the high end. I think that one of the big things, aside from that comb filter, was actually dipping those boosts that you were doing, because you had the EQ up here and then you were sending it through a distortion and then it was going into a multi-band compressor. So like you kind of want to be mindful of that, because whatever you send into the distortion and whatever you send into the compressor as well, like it's going to be like you're going to amplify it, or you're going to dramatize that, right? And I think that was a big proponent of what that was. But yeah, this is, in general, like this is fucking cool. Really, really awesome, really creative patch, and I'm glad that we kind of came together on that one. So yeah, did I miss any? Nope. Nope. Okay, so something that I wanted to kind of tell you all about is that even though I'm happy to kind of do these presets and stuff once a week and all that, I want you all to know that if you are part of my Discord, that I've announced year 2 of the Sample Pack Collective Guide. Sample Pack Collective. And last year we had a bunch of submissions and it was pretty awesome. We had some people come in and kind of do a lot of good stuff, which you can still download the first year right here. But for the second year, it's probably going to be the same time. And all that stuff. So if you want to participate with that and you want to just kind of be a part of the community, it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. You know, you can post one kick or one snare and all that stuff. But there are some guidelines here that you can follow, that that you can consider if you want to be a part of that. So yeah. Was kind of trying to peak it out and then have the macros on those peaks with the distortion pushing it even more, and the OTT, which compresses them all together. Well, the thing about the OTT is that it boosts the high end, right? Generally speaking, what an OTT does, because it's not the OTT isn't a multi-band compressor, it's a setting. So whenever you do this, you're going to take away some of the low mid or some of the mids, and then you're actually going to boost the high end. So you're still going to get some of those shrieking things, or some of those like really high resonance. And generally, the more high frequency content that you have, like the more that you kind of want to slope that off, because there's something called like Fletcher-Munsoning. And the only thing that you need to know about that, and this, you might already know this, but the only thing that anybody might need to know about that is like the louder or the higher a pitch is, the louder it's perceived. So you want to be really mindful about those kinds of things, and that applies more so to like bass frequencies and stuff. But our ears are actually more attuned to high frequency content. So, you know, because we listen for things like baby screaming, you know, that's just the way that our ears are made. And so within all that stuff, just kind of keep that in mind if anybody else is kind of doing those patches and all that. So don't make me go deaf. Please don't make me go deaf. I value my ears. I think that I caught tinnitus from being in the Cirque show because there was a lot of explosions. And if you go down in percentage on the high bands, then it might darken the entire sound, I think. But I think that was an easy fix, though, of just pushing this into a notch instead of boosting this up. And if I want to send some samples to that sample pack collector, do I send it directly to that channel in the Discord? So what you would do is, yeah, I know, Greedo. So what you would do if you wanted to post some samples is you would DM me. Just send me a direct message on Discord, and then like make a pack, and like there are some guidelines here that I'd ask you to follow. It's nothing crazy, but like just labeling your samples, really, of being like who it is. Like label your sample as your artist name, what kind of sample they are, you know, and put it in the right folder, tell us the BPM, the key, etc., you know. So if you were going to do one that was, wait, what was your producer name? Free stuff. So you would say like gingerbread, you know, bass F, or gingerbread kick F, something of the sort. And that's just so that I don't have to do a bunch of sorting and figure out and like try to chase down who does what. But if you can make a folder like with your name in it, and then just kind of have like a thing. So if you look here, I think this is the first year, Alckemy's Discord holiday pack. We've got everyone's names, and then we have just like, here are some kicks, here's basses in 85, here's percussion, here's snares. I guess that's all I did. I just did basses and kicks and stuff, but some other people did, like Catnap did this, bass lines, chords, all that stuff with the labeling. DMCR had some really cool stuff. Kind of surprised he didn't submit any drums. Huh. Yeah, and like I said, you know, it's nothing that you have to do. It's just something that if you like being a part of the community and stuff, then we can all kind of contribute that together. I just like doing stuff like this and keeping the community strong. I missed something, was on toilet. Is there a track from member samples thing going on? No, I'm talking about the second or year 2 of the community sample pack for the holidays. We did one last year, and it turned out to be pretty cool. And we had some really awesome submissions and stuff. But yeah, I think like as long as I'm doing this thing, or as long as I have this YouTube thing going on, I like to continue to do like community driven things. And I don't really like doing like tune challenges or anything, but making content for everyone. No, I wanted to. It's fun. It's also showing something I like to do a bit as well. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. And so like at the end, like, and all this stuff, you'll see, dude, Finder, hello? Oh, it already popped up. I'm blind. Yeah, you'll also see that like it's also a cool way to kind of do all this stuff too, because within this I always make, oh, not this one, I always make one of these. And so I like to give credits to all these people, and then I think that I want to say that at some point I had everyone's like links to things, but this year I'll definitely remember to make sure that I do that. But if you guys have like social media or something, then it would be nice to be like, all right, well, Gingerbread made, you know, thanks to Gingerbread, here's your social media, here's Framer stuff, here's your social media, so that way you can also like get yourself some self promo. I want to say that maybe I didn't, but I should have for sure, so that's my bad, but I'll remember to do that this year. But yeah, I mean, as far as like sample stuff goes, I mean, I could easily, you know, just make my own sample pack and, you know, kind of put that out. But sometimes it can be fun for the community to kind of pitch in and to do that stuff as a fun project, or just like as a, you know, as a community-driven thing. But again, it's not, you don't have to do it. You know, nobody has to do any of that stuff. It's just if you feel like, you know, making some stuff and giving it away. I don't care if it's high quality or low quality, whatever. They're samples and they're free. So yeah. The submission date is Christmas, so December 25th. And the reason why is because I usually try to get this out, or I would like to get this out by the 1st of the new year. So if you give me like a week to put everything together, which usually doesn't take me that much time, and usually I end up submitting it before then. I don't remember when. Yeah, so the day after Christmas I already posted it, but sometimes I might be busy or something. But if I can just have a little bit of padding and a little bit of time to organize everyone's samples and get them together and then like complete the pack and all that, then they're usually ready before the new year. But yeah, the submission date is here. There is I should probably sticky this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sticky that. There you go. So now, if for whatever reason you can just take a look here and look at L sticky. Cancel, and then maybe what I can do here as well is there should have been like a description or something that I can do. But yeah, so that's how you can do all that stuff, and I think that would be cool if you guys are interested in it. But yeah, I guess today was kind of a short submission stream. Nobody's really doing anything else, so if you guys want to do like a track review or something, let's go find Soup on Twitch. I think I'll probably head to my grandma's here in a bit. Hold on one second. Nobody go anywhere. Okay, I can't find him on Twitch, but I can find him on Discord. Alright, so no, I'll leave here, it's 2 AM. Okay, for sure. Yeah, well, thank you everybody for coming in. I had a good time, and I might most likely be streaming tomorrow. I'll probably just be doing my own thing, try to get myself out of this beat block. But if you all can go here for me, if you guys want to keep watching somebody produce, and just go say hi for me, I would really appreciate it. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you sometime tomorrow. See you everybody. Alckemy to mix soup.